Hello friends, welcome to my channel VPMP. So today I am going to tell you a story about two people. One is Tom, second is Harry. So as you can see, Tom has failed his PMP exam whereas Harry passed his PMP exam. Now let's see what went wrong with Tom and what Harry did good that went right to pass the exam. First point is Tom did not prepare a proper plan. Harry prepared a proper plan. Tom tried to memorize all of the PMP concepts, whereas Harry didn't try to memorize it, but he tried to logically connect. Third, Tom took some simple mock test and he judged that he is ready for the exam, whereas Harry, he has taken quality mock test and he made sure that whatever test he has taken, he went back, he looked to his wrong answer and he tried to improve on them. Then Tom booked his test in a hurry, whereas Harry booked his test only when he was confident that it's right time to go for the exam, and he waited patiently for that moment. Tom didn't use any of the answering technique, whereas Harry used answering technique like elimination method. Tom, during the exam, he was confused because he has taken relatively simpler mock test and he multiple times changed his answer, whereas Harry answered the question with conviction. So guys, you can see this is a short story and Tom and Harry are fictional characters. So here by the story I am trying to say is people commit particular mistakes because which they fail, whereas people who plan themselves well, they tend to pass the PMP exam. So let's see why do people fail in the exam. So first point that I can collect is multiple people said that they only read the PMBOK. Okay guys, whatever I am trying to share today, it's based on my personal experience, what I have discussed with my friends and whatever I have read on the internet. This agenda of this presentation or this video is to make aware that people can fail if they continuously do particular mistake. Okay, so one of the mistake is they only rely on PMBOK and feel that they have memorized everything and they can go for test. Second, as we discussed in our previous slide, they attempt very less or no mock test, or even if they attempt, they are attempting a simpler kind of a mock test which doesn't give them proper result. Third, try to memorize things, like they rely on memorizing the knowledge areas, the ITTOs, and they feel that in exam straight questions are going to come and they are going to pass it, but it's not like that. Exam is pretty situational where memorizing will not help. Fourth, since they don't have like practice of writing mock, they mess up in the exam. Now what mistakes they do in the exam, multiple times they will go and change the answers because they don't have practice. Okay, and they don't know what technique they should be using to answer the questions. So as I told, proper technique is very important. Techniques like marking your keywords, elimination technique. I'll be creating a separate video on this. Not reading the question properly. Now this is one of the challenge that I also faced when initially I was doing my mock test. Okay, I was not reading the question properly and I was jumping onto particular conclusion that this is the question and this is the answer. So don't have any particular don't excuse me, don't set yourself into a particular loop and don't predefine things. Then jumping on to answer without proper reading. So what does like, since people do not read the question properly, they will rely on particular keyword and then they will jump onto particular conclusion. Okay, we should avoid doing this. Then the last point, as you guys can see, this is a very funny point actually, because I have seen over social media, people tend to say that they have passed the exam in 15 days or a month. Guys, it has taken me 3.5 months to prepare and write the exam. So maybe I am a bit slow, but comparing with an average learning hour for a PMP is or following or reading the PMBOK once, then attempting the mock is around 2.5 months. So if somebody says you can pass within a month, I don't know, but it's a risk. Now let's see what or how to pass the exam, or what all points we can consider so that we can pass the exam. So to pass the exam, first and the foremost important thing is preparation of a plan. So as I told, every person has their own learning capacity. Depending on your learning capacity, you plan your daily schedule and take out some 2 to 3 hours every day. And one of the important thing is, don't have a big gap. Now friends, if you are having a big gap, then it is difficult, because when we return from that gap, things will not be memorizing things, and again we have to repeatedly revise again. So my suggestion is, unless and until you feel sick or you have some very urgent thing, do not take a big gap. 1 or 2 days is fine, do not take a big gap. Then read PMBOK once, and also read situational question preparation books. For example, Rita. So in that book, when you read that book, it will prepare you for situational questions, and there are a lot of tips and tricks as well. PMBOK is more like a Bible. Okay, we can read it, but to attempt the exam, it is important how we can prepare for the questions. Then this is my personal recommendation. Attempt at least 1000 mock tests. Personally, I had attempted around 1800. So when you attempt around 1000 questions, the important thing is, whenever you score less, you go back and you see what all areas you have mistaken. So what happens is, you will focus on that particular area and you will try to improve. Now, as we discussed, people try to memorize things. My suggestion is, do not memorize ITTOs as well. Try to logically think that if you are in this process area, what should be the output or ITTO. Like for example, deliverable. Verified deliverable cannot be present in initiation or planning phase, right? It can be present in only monitoring and control phase. So please try to memorize that, and please try to connect that instead of memorizing it. Okay. Prepare at your own pace and do not follow others. This is very important, because everybody's learning capacity is different. So prepare at your own pace. Okay. And plan your day-to-day things and move according to your plan. Do not follow others. Then you can join some of the WhatsApp, Facebook or Telegram groups, or you can watch YouTube videos which are informative. One of the important thing when you join this group is, even if you forget to get some important update from PMI during this pandemic time, you will be getting update from this group. And also, if that group has question answer session in any particular day, so you can get your doubts cleared as well. Do not buy any subscription. This is my personal opinion. You can go ahead and buy it, but I think if you are buying a subscription, that person is not going to sit for the exam. It's all about preparation, friends. So no need to rely on anybody. I think on our social media, lot of content is available. So please do not rely on any of a particular subscription if somebody is asking to buy. Okay, I am not against it, but I feel without it also you can pass. In my case, I have not purchased any of the subscription, yet I passed the exam. My last point is, there are few of the groups or few of the people will try to message you saying that pass now and pay later. So this is a trap. Do not fall in their trap, because what they do is, once you subscribe for them, and they will assure you that like you are going to pass, then they will try to blackmail you that they will be sharing your credential with PMI that you have done unethical thing, and they may ask for money as well. So this is a trap, guys. Please stay away from it. Now I think I am done with all my points. Friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, comment, like, and share to a person whom you feel it can help. Thank you.